But wow, that's crazy. I knew I seen you somewhere, and I'm like, it couldn't be just like these kind of things. Like you're at other things, so that's good. Nice. That one time we went there and there were icicles like 7 feet tall, and I remember like pulling them off, and we put them around the campfire or something, like, I don't know, like Vikings or something. And then we burned the sleds. I love burning the sleds and all the different colored fire.
And Joyce had her little,
they're right behind
a bunny or something?
Joyce had the bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been so many crazy sleds. The coffin. That was last year, the coffin.
No, then you never had
Somebody went down in a coffin. If all. Was that last year that that guy went down in a coffin?
I think Chuck had the coffin last year.
Yeah, it's great. He has hearses and he drives hearses and he like collects them. So he made a coffin sled.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, because it burned. It was like...
It was really burning well. It had all black on it or something.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, it's hot.
It is warm.
It's blowing smoke in my eyes. Ooh.
Time to back it up. Have a pretzel.
How you doing, Linda? You good?
Yeah. So then, much better.
Thank goodness.
Then I grab the marshmallows.
Oh, so okay.
And then I'll put it in the marshmallows.
What can I do with that?
The chocolate with
Oh.
the crack. You have to move your seat.
No, I'm gonna move my seat. As long as I'm not picking my seat, huh? Woo!
Oh, you bet.
I'm making the movie, but I have it all the way jacked up to 6400 ISO and +2 on the exposure compensation. It's real grainy and we all look like ghosts.
Maybe we are.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that. Yeah. That's all. You know,
This is the kind of movie you listen to on. You don't actually watch it. Yeah, it's so funny.
They provide entertainment for the people that, like male, female kids, that really are not into the Jeep, you know, and whoever they are.
And they check out our tents and they play with like canoes and such, and we take them on hikes through from the Farmers Mill and such, whatever. But this year we got talked into setting up the Muddy 5K. That's where this guy came from. He somehow had a Jeep and volunteered and he found out about us and sought out Joyce, and Joyce reeled him in.
Oh my. She sent the hooks to me.
She's gonna reel him.
She's not even here. Where did she just appear?
She's looking for s'mores.
She's reeling in some more.
She's gonna reel in those marshmallows.
Don't have your hopes up, it'll take her a while.
Yeah, she got me so hungry that one time at the extravaganza, I drove to like the grocery store and like got them myself and was back in time. Yeah, I think so. I'm not hungry too much tonight, thank goodness.
Because you know, October through
any boat under 17 feet all the time.
Yeah, my kayak's 16 foot 2 inches. It just falls under the limit.
You have to have it. You don't have to wear it, but through October through
Yeah, colder water.
you have to wear it.
Weather.
Oh, interesting.
Just lost their life in the Susquehanna.
Wow.
Down near,
Why, was it cold water? Or?
I don't know if it was near Danville or south, or a little bit more south.
Danville, yeah, it's up by I-80. Wow.
Canoe capsized and
The water can't be cold yet.
Yeah.
didn't have a life jacket.
They must have got some of that triple X beer or something.
Whoa.
Probably
Yeah,
beat by
like
an
the time we
elevator
went
car
down.
there.
We did shoot
I like
people
when
in.
Heather was saying that
Tipped their cooler over
never
and we were
think
picking
you-
cans of beer out of the river.
forever.
Oh my God.
Ankle deep, you're never gonna think
You can walk across the Susquehanna most
Yeah.
times. That's funny. It's not, it's not like it's the Allegheny River. and like, entire like 10 feet deep. Nice.
Got a red boat.
I kayaked the west branch of the Susquehanna, but I don't think I've ever actually kayaked the real Susquehanna.
I'm meeting with experienced people. I'm more likely to have to find them when they go past the takeout.
We'll see you tomorrow morning then.
So what is it, like about 2 miles per hour right now, or 3
It's
miles
going
per
really
hour?
slow. It's quite low. You might be able to see the petroglyphs if you happen to paddle past.
We're on the Allegheny River?
Yeah.
Nice.
We have to go past. Well, I don't plan to go past.
Yeah, that's that section that goes up by Ed Scurry's house in Venango County, I think.
Well, that's Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I told him, I said,
he's
that's
way too
not-
gung ho.
Are you paddling tomorrow or no? You're
No,
hiking.
I can't because I got the rental car, yeah, so I'm just doing the hikes. And Joyce told me that I should do hikes a long time ago, so I'm excited though. Tomorrow's is Cook's Forest hike. Only 2 people are coming. I was looking at the wrong hike, thinking that I had all these people signed up, and here it was the 5-mile hike, and apparently they're doing just the best part of the hike that I'm doing tomorrow, that we're going to start at Highland Drive and do a little bit not in Cook's Forest.
And was backing up the Clarion. And the Clarion
No,
was
Patty
extra deep.
Bruner's doing a hike
And
up
I
there.
noticed that the takeout
Yeah.
parcel,
The baker.
Oh, she's doing a baker one,
and
nice.
dug out a spot through the ice dunes so that they could fill the fire trucks if there were an emergency. And I said, we can get a kayak through that. We went and got another person and stole a couple of her boats, one for Steve and one for her. I took one of my boats.
Joyce found the marshmallows.
We did 18 miles.
She
Okay,
found them.
understand it's 45 degrees,
like you say, the
windy,
crackers,
but
I
there's
think
a little
are
bit of
in
patchy
there.
sun between the clouds.
Because remember they somehow got put over here.
There, I'll stand up in my boat, and
You pulled me and Joyce.
well, how the hell did I do it? I pulled an empty boat behind me, and then you guys pulled it back. We put 2 lines on it, then we put people in the boat and gear in the boat. I stood up in my boat and pulled them out, which made the path a little deeper, and then I handed the line back to them, and we kept passing the line back and pulled everybody out through, I don't know, 30 yards of mud that we couldn't get through, and built a track in it.
Wow.
And then we paddled on until and we got through it, and there was some low water, but we got through it.
Twice in the building.
No, actually, we had to modify our route because we got to a stream we couldn't go
Wait a
through,
minute.
and we took another portage and went to another place, and yeah, we modified our
The
route.
second time that I was there, where we did the Ottawa and Mattawa rivers, we were going to go 90 miles, and we had to change our end to de Rivière because we were only going to make 60 miles. Because when we got halfway, we realized we were getting blown up the river. It was like 40 degrees, and there was like a 30-mile-an-hour headwind and just like pelting rain and hypothermia for like 3 days. And this was like late summer. They're like, oh, we go in late summer so that we can avoid the black flies and stuff. Well, then you got hypothermia.
Well, there ain't no black flies, right?
Mike was really
He didn't
sad,
say anything
and I
about
was
the
really
temperature.
glad when I got a
Yeah.
look at what the next 2 lakes we had to go through would look like.
That was the first trip, and the second one we were just on the river. But even the river trip got screwed up because the wind was blowing us upriver faster than we could paddle.
And nobody had, okay, the guide I was looking at was 20 years old, and the places they camped were either developed or overgrown. So we had to find our own camping sites.
And the one trip, I think, was it the Temagami trip where Donna and I broke the tree with our bareback? I broke the tree with the
that was the
bear
Ottawa.
bag. Okay.
That was the Ottawa River trip.
I put the tree out, and didn't you hear like snap in the middle of the night?
We had to put the bags up in a tree. And Mike, okay, he had started this celiac diet then, and I swear to you,
I had cans of stuff and bottles and jars of pasta sauce and everything in there.
and he put it up in this kind of small tree not far from my tent.
It was
In the
like
middle of the
100
night,
miles
I had
back.
crackle. Whoa!
And the darn thing is, when the pack went up, I got it to eye level for a bear. That's as high as I could get it. I couldn't get it any higher. It was like right back to get it.
It's not far
All
from
they
my
had to do is
tent.
walk through and then bump it.
Yeah.
The killer is he's camped down below it. My tent's up above it, so I got to walk over this damn tree and carry all my gear back. That was a beautiful campsite. We're right by a waterfall. We
Yeah.
can hear the waterfall all night.
Aw.
So we decided we were going to walk up and see this waterfall. We walked, and it's all thick bramble. We can't see this. We never saw the waterfall.
I remember that waterfall. Yeah, I kept walking the one. Maybe that was when I still had the GoPro, and all I saw was different colored mushrooms.
Why, did you eat a few first?
No, they were every kind of color. They were trippy colors. I didn't eat them though, but I took pictures of them, and my GoPro went down in the river. They're gone forever.
But someday somebody's going to find that. They're going to recover the card inside of that GoPro from the Marianas Trench into which you dropped it.
Yeah, it's going to be in the geologic record, preserved forever.
Yeah, Yeah, what do you have? You have a term for different colored mushrooms?
I know nothing.
Pink elephants? I don't know.
No, I learned this in Lapland, okay? Now the Sami people that were the original inhabitants of Lapland, they're the people that domesticated reindeer over there, okay? Now,
They invented lap dance.
Now, when the food supply starts getting scarce, the reindeer will go out and eat mushrooms, and they can digest the ones that are kind of hallucinogenic. But when the weather starts changing and it gets sparse, there's no water for the Sami people to drink. So they drink reindeer urine. So this is where the flying reindeer come from. So they're drinking the reindeer urine, they're tripping their brains off, and they're imagining the reindeer as flying. This is how the legend came about of flying reindeer.
Oh my gosh, that's how the Santa Claus story came about?
And he's got it all on tape.
Paul just told us about reindeer urine.
So it's easier to collect reindeer urine
I love
than
it.
to dig a well, say.
No, you can't dig a well because they're on the frozen
Because they're
tundra.
tripping their balls off. How do we coax the reindeer to
Pee where
go in
we
a
can
bottle?
catch it.
Here you can catch
You
it.
tell them it's a drug test, right? And you have reasonable grounds.
Reasonable grounds to suspect that you're an
I saw
impaired
you flying.
reindeer.
Pee in the cup.
We saw you eating mushrooms.
Oh gosh.
And there's the trees don't grow up there because it's permafrost and the tundra, so they can't really melt snow to get water.
So they drink reindeer urine.
Yeah, I'd be moving.
Tainted reindeer urine attached.
Whoa. Not even good reindeer urine, tainted reindeer
Can't we
urine.
live somewhere where we don't?
Don't commit suicide, call the yoga emergency hotline.
My friend of mine ended up
No, you can work from Thailand after they get a new president and things calm down.
Right on. Oh, I've spent time in Thailand. That's beautiful.
They were on squirrel hunting, basically.
I would definitely move
They
to
came back with
Thailand.
this. It was this big around.
Oh.
About that
Everybody
long.
says it's beautiful and I should go, but yeah.
I had a private bungalow on a private beach. There were 5 bungalows in this group.
It
And
was
this couple
like this
owned them,
big
and
around.
they just treated us like gold.
You go to the country and then make your tour.
Well, okay. Starting out, we knew you travel and you independently and you gamble. Oh, when do we get on the water? Every time there'll be a turn in the river, the wind will still be in our face.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It just follows us.
Oh, there was one more log.
That was probably the one I was sitting on.
Yeah.
You can still sit
Well,
on it.
there's still some over on the ground behind Patty.
I'm alright. Oh look, there's space on the benches now. Did people actually go to bed?
What? Wood?
You bring that, Paul.
Nah.
What?
The wood.
No.
It was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over there. I chopped it.
You chopped it with an axe? You were your own lumberjack?
I chopped it with my handy little hatchet.
Nice.
That time you had your Halloween powder weekend.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah?
We had one.
Go Billy Camper with your tent on top of your
Well, because the year before that, I went to put up my Taj Mahal tent, and I hadn't used it since Memorial Day, and we'd taken it down in the rain, and I'd just thrown it in the garage.
There's a story. Listen to this one.
Oh yeah.
And I open up this tent, and when I unroll it to grab the poles, the pole came apart in my hand. Because they should have shock cords in them. So I took the pole and I went like this, and a bunch of ants started coming out.
Tiny one.
Carpenter ants.
Big
I had
ones.
carpenter ants inside of all my tent poles.
No.
They had eaten the shock cords. I started to unroll the tent, and there was, and it was.
They just like I kept appearing by the hundred.
And then I went through the tent poles and I poured them out. I got a handful of them. Then I took it over to the fire and emptied all the tent poles, and they were solid carpenter ants.
You emptied them in the fire.
I emptied them into the fire. Then I unrolled the tent, and there were huge holes through it. These were apparently nylon-eating carpenter ants.
Nylon-eating carpenter ants. Oh,
Then I got my air mattress, and I opened it up, and I saw holes in it. Now I have a pretty high threshold for gross. I took my knife and I cut open my air mattress, and I was grossed out. They had inside of the big air mattress, they had a whole colony, and there were all kinds of dead ones and ant excrement and gooey awful stuff.
Oh, there were all ants in there.
Yeah.
So naturally, I found a way to put up the tent without the shock cords, and I slept in the tent. Joyce went and slept with Linda.
I would sleep on a rock or underwater or something after that. That would be gross.
They were still crawling on that tent.
That's so creepy. That is really creepy.
They were crawling. We saw them.
And it takes a lot to gross me out.
You didn't see, I didn't show you the air mattress.
Yeah, you did.
I did? Okay. Maybe I showed you the air mattress. So the next year I showed up, I took my little flatbed camper and I just set my little backpacking tent on it. Okay, I ran an electric cord up to the vestibule, and I put electric fence post stakes out to hold the vestibule out. I put a little table right beside that. I put an electric heater on Joyce's side on the table inside of the vestibule, blowing in on her.
It's like glamping.
Yeah, we was glamping.
Glamping.
Was it like a trailer with pallets?
Yeah, it was a trailer with 3 pallets nailed down onto it. It was an old boat trailer that I'd stripped down, and I laid out 3 pallets on it and nailed them down to it, and that's what I put my tent on, and it worked fine.
Now you're warm.
Now you're cooking.
Oh, did I hear the sound? Did I hear the sound of the bench being set on the marshmallow type cooking devices?
No,
They were big enough.
Oh, okay.
The marshmallow, the smash bowl shaft. You're gonna get the shaft.
Maybe it'll
Subway
bend back.
cup.
Look at the subway cup. It's breathing and moving.
Not nearly as good as the cardboard dragon.
The cardboard dragon, the fire-breathing cardboard dragon was the best.
Where's Patty?
It was.
Where's Patty?
Where is Patty?
She built the dragon. She builds always the best stuff every time.
I don't know. Chuck made some pretty good ones.
Yeah. The coffin is the one I always remember for him. I don't know what other ones he's made, but I always remember that.
He made one that looked like the Batmobile one
Okay,
year
the
and showed up in a
Batmobile.
bat mask.
Oh my gosh, the Batman one. Yeah, I kind of remember that. So now I know, like, people that I work with that are in, like, the Royal Hannah Grotto, I guess, that actually know Chuck. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It's all, like, connected together.
Didn't you say it was locked?
Yeah, we should probably go.
No, she was going to leave it unlocked.